Now, Bill and Melinda Gates have together quite simply transformed philanthropy, going beyond donations to one-off causes. Instead, they rebuilt an architecture, and they make those donations multiply, and they change the way success is regarded. The foundation pledged, for example, $750 million to set up Gavi, the vaccine allowance. Now, that co-leads COVAX on COVID vaccines to developing countries. They gave $500 million to the World Health Organization over 2 years, second only to the US and the UK. And along with Warren Buffett, it is the Giving Pledge, encouraging the super-rich to give most of their money to philanthropy. Stacy Palmer's with me, the editor of Chronicle of Philanthropy, who's interviewed Melinda Gates previously. This is interesting. Do you take at face value what they say? Can you see realistically, Stacy, that there won't be changes either in emphasis or leadership of the most powerful philanthropic organization in the world?
I think the foundation itself will continue to operate very much as it has, but as your correspondent was just saying, the interests that Bill and Melinda have on their own, I suspect they'll invest in those areas. So we'll see climate change for Bill and probably more on women's issues from Melinda. She's already paved quite a path with her pivotal ventures that invest in businesses and does philanthropy. So, I think we will see them carving out this path in new ways, but the foundation itself, the money's in there, they can't take it out. That isn't going to be changed by a divorce. So we can count on the Gates Foundation to continue to be with us for quite a long time. But it is set to sunset at a certain point. So it will go out of business after they both die.
Right. But there's also this whole question of more money going into it, because the amount that's gone into it is only a fraction of what under the Giving Pledge she's promised. Now, I mean, the only thing I sort of know about divorce is that you end up, it always ends up getting very messy. And even when there is billions and nobody's really worried about the division of assets, how those assets will eventually go into a foundation, whether they go into the Bill and Melinda Foundation or they go into other foundations, that's not clear, is it?
No, it's not. And that is the big question, because there still is a lot of money that the two of them control. So we're all going to be looking at that. I'm also curious how they involve their children. Families often use philanthropy as a way to keep the family together, even when there are some divisions in the relationship. So I would bet, they're of an age where we'll see more coming from them as well.
Are we entitled, in your view, to show more than just a prurient voyeuristic interest in the divorce of the four richest people in the world, which would be sort of gossipy in itself? But when they are responsible for an organization that is doing unbelievably good work and is the backbone in many cases, then the rest of us are entitled to say, hang on, we need to know more here.
Yes, I think that's why people have raised questions. They have gotten great tax breaks from putting money into the foundation. So, that is both a public and a private thing. And what some people have been raising questions about is, will the board of the foundation expand? Will more people get involved in the decision making? Right now, it's Bill and Melinda and Warren Buffett. So we might see pressure for them to expand that out a bit more and take in more views of people. So I would expect to see some changes.
Finally, to those who are not familiar, Bill and Melinda Gates, they've revolutionized. This foundation did more than have a lot of money. I mean, I've done a couple of stories over the years with them on this. It was a mindset from the Carnegie, the Mellons, the Rockefellers, the old foundation mentality. But they brought a business acumen on return on investment mentality. Tell me about that.
Yes, they absolutely have. They asked for results, and it really shocked the nonprofit world when they kept saying, tell me the impact, prove it. And now everybody in nonprofits accepts the fact that we should show results. That's how we get better. So they really revolutionized how people think about giving. But the other thing they've done has been role models, both in terms of the Giving Pledge, where they ask billionaires to give, and they've done a lot to encourage everyday donors to give more. And so I think those are the ways in which we'll see their impact on our society, is realizing that everybody has a place for giving, not just the very wealthiest.
Stacy, always thank you. Very good to have you on the program. Some insight there. Thank you.